You can't put a price on being able to live with yourself. 13 Hours, The Secret Soldiers of Benghazi stars John Krasinski, James Badge Dale, and is directed by Michael Bay. So 13 Hours is a true story, a very interesting story. It's one of those stories that has been kind of hidden from the public because the CIA was involved, and it was just an overall really ugly ordeal. John Krasinski plays Jack Silva. He is an American security contractor, a former military veteran, and I've actually worked with some of these contractors before because I've been over in the Middle East quite a few times. These guys are really hired guns, you know. They come over and who knows how long they'll be there because they can up and leave at any time. But it's a hard life because, you know, these are people with families for the most part. Every day you are in these territories that are really dangerous. And Benghazi happened to be one of the most dangerous places on the planet at the time. So the real life men in this movie, they are heroes, really. So 13 Hours is about an attack that happened on September 11th, 2012 in Benghazi. Like I said earlier, Benghazi is and was one of the most dangerous places on the planet, especially at that time, because this was recently after Muammar Gaddafi was overthrown and he went into hiding and he was killed. And after he was killed, Libya literally became a war zone. And it really is the last place on earth that anyone would want to live in. And this particular story is about this group of security contractors who are there really in the middle of this whole ordeal. And they are literally fighting for their lives. And let me just say, this is a really good movie. And I can't tell how happy I am to say that because it's January and you thirst for great movies in January. I remember a couple years ago, Lone Survivor actually came out in January. I didn't see that movie right away, but when I did see it, wow, that is another spectacular war film. That is a similar story about heroism and just a situation that really went haywire. And first and foremost, one thing I really loved about this movie, right away really, is the characters. John Krasinski, James Badge Dale, and also the character Tonto, played by Pablo Schreiber. And really all these contractors, there is such a camaraderie between these characters. And thank God Michael Bay was able to make these characters really compelling so that when they did get into this whole ordeal, you were there with them. And you wanted them to be okay. You wanted them to survive through this. John Krasinski really does a phenomenal job in quite a few scenes in this movie, especially the last half. There are some emotional scenes that he has to pull off, and none of it seems like he is trying to force the emotion. It all feels real and natural. And he is the one character that has been over in the Middle East time and time again, and he is kind of sick of it, and he just wants to go home. That's his big thing. He doesn't want to ever have to go over there again. And really all these soldiers are people with families. And I thought Michael Bay did a great job of showing you their personal lives with their families, with their children. And I really have to mention James Badge Dale. This is an actor that I've seen pop up here and there. I remember he was in The Departed and he was great in that. This might be his breakout role that actually catapults him into more A-list roles, because to me, he was just as important as John Krasinski, maybe even more so in some scenes. He's really the leader of this whole ordeal. And one thing I love about his character is he wants to fight. He wants to go in and protect the ambassador, even though the chief that is above him is constantly telling him no. And eventually he tells the chief, you know what? I'm going in. You can try to stop me. I don't care. I'm going to do what's right. And also there's another character, Tonto, and I love this character because he is kind of the, for lack of a better term, badass of the group. He doesn't follow rules. He's not the type to obey authority. And you just have so much fun with his character. And really, he is kind of the comic relief of this movie. And finally, I have to talk about Michael Bay. Michael Bay might be one of the most controversial directors of our time because here's a guy who is unmatched when it comes to filming action. But the big question is always, can he handle characters Can he handle exposition? And I think he does a great job in this movie. I don't think he does a perfect job, but I think this is one of his better movies. This might be one of his best movies, with a serious tone to them, probably since The Rock. Now, you're still going to get the boosted saturation, the upward camera angles, all that's there. It's still a Michael Bay film. But like I said, he does a great job handling the characters, and there's a lot of cool action in this movie. Now, as far as any cons for 13 Hours, I would say it's not my favorite war movie that has to do with the last, 20 years. I think a few of the scenes could have been tightened up a little better, but the last 30 minutes really just kick into high gear, and you are right there with these soldiers. So for that, I'm definitely going to give 13 Hours a purchase worthy. And it's so refreshing to have a good movie in January. So guys, what are your thoughts on 13 Hours? And also, what are your favorite war movies that have to do with the conflict in the Middle East? Looking forward to hearing your thoughts. Oh, and one last thing, guys. Just today, my Drum Dums t-shirt came in. I just ordered it. Let me know what you guys think. Guys, thanks for watching. Subscribe to my channel, follow me on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, and Rum Dum out.